until I decided to fix my trading psychology, I wasn't able to get results like this. This is from July. I did $7,300 last month and an average win rate of 55% with a profit factor of 2.69 and a daily win rate of 75%. Also, there is my equity curve. It's going up nicely, as you can see. And this is coming from inside my TradeZilla account. So let's talk about this. So as you know, I struggled with trading for almost 10 years, actually more than 10 years. And it was a really tough journey, you would say, but I just never quit, and I just always persevered, and I kept going and I kept going. I just knew that this was what I wanted to do. And about a few years ago, about 5 years ago in 2020, just before the lockdown, I decided to go all in on trading and give up on my real estate business, which was doing pretty well. You know, I walked away from a lot of money. And I wanted to go all in on my trading to focus on one thing, because I wasn't satisfied with the way things were going with my real estate business. I didn't have the freedom. I just wasn't happy. It was not fulfilling. I wasn't sent here to basically sell real estate. Okay. So I wanted to go all in on my trading, and that's what I did. I decided to go all in, and I gave myself a good amount of time. I didn't have any mentors. I had just YouTube, and I said I was going to figure it out. And about maybe 3 years in, I found ICT and then started learning about structure and liquidity and fair value gaps and all the really good meat and potatoes and how to understand the market. And that's when things started getting better, but I still wasn't able to, how would you say, like get results like I'm getting now. Okay, like what I just showed you. And it came down to one last thing, and it was psychology. It was trading psychology was the thing that I was running away from for the longest time, forever, really. I just never really understood how important it was. I just ignored it. And because I ignored it, somewhere inside me, my subconscious mind was keeping me from going down that path. And I ignored it and I just pushed it away. And I was always constantly chasing strategies, trying to learn strategies or approach trading from this angle, that angle, just trying everything. And believe me, I tried everything. And finally, I got to the point where like, it wasn't working. And so by the grace of God, I thought maybe it's me. Maybe it's my psychology. And so that's when the penny dropped. That's when the epiphany started. That's when I started doing the shadow work, going within and basically reprogramming my mind to be the trader that I needed to be. Basically, I came to the realization that psychology was more important than strategy, and nobody really told me this. And I can't blame anybody, because once I started looking online, there are people that are saying it, but my mind was not in the place to be receiving that information at the time. I was running away from it. I was avoiding it. Do you understand? So just by finally going through enough pain and then thinking that maybe it's me and going within, that's when I started to learn about subconscious programming, the subconscious mind, how the subconscious mind is much more important and stronger than the conscious mind, and that there is actually a way that you can reprogram your subconscious mind to become a better trader, so that when you trade, when you're in the market, or even from the moment you wake up in the morning, you do things better. You do things automatically because now your subconscious mind is in control. It's in control of your new identity. It's taking care of you, and everything just sort of goes into alignment and flow. And so that's when things got easy, and I had to do the work on my subconscious programming in order to see that kind of change. Because everybody that's talking about psychology just talks about psychology. So they'll tell you about like fear, greed, all this surface level stuff. And you can watch as many videos as you want about psychology, about fear, about greed, about risk management. You can watch all of that and nothing will happen because your default programming, your subconscious programming is what's actually running the show. And until you change that, nothing else changes. So you can be told all of this stuff and it'll go in one ear and out the other. So I kind of knew this from doing my own spiritual work, my own sort of journey through other things in my life that I didn't know would have easily been able to be applied to trading, but I started getting results in other areas of my life just from doing the reprogramming and the internal work and manifestations and all of this sort of stuff, the spiritual stuff. And once I did that, actually that was what led me to the realization that I could apply this to my trading and see if I could reprogram myself for trading. And one thing led to another. And it's been a beautiful story, actually. It's been quite amazing. And so I was able to take what I learned in my other areas and apply it to trading. And I'm going to teach you in this video how I actually did that. So in my course, I actually have a full module on how to reprogram your mind quite easily at night. And then what that does is basically we go in and we get rid of your old identity. So your old concept of yourself, your old self concept, which is actually working against you. So it's doing all the bad patterns, all the negative patterns. So all the doubt, all the fear, all the greed, all the revenge, all of this stuff is part of your old identity, and you have to kill it. You have to kill your old self, your old identity, and get rid of it, and then slowly reprogram with the new self-image for a trader. And I do this specifically in the module in my course on how to create this new and powerful identity as a successful trader, as a consistent trader, so that you can reprogram your subconscious mind. And once you do that, then it's internal. The internal work is now in alignment, and then you start to see the results in the external world. So, you might have a great strategy. You might have a good strategy that you learned from somebody, but you were never able to hold trades or get it to work, or you would take a loss and revenge trade and then self-sabotage. That's because your internal programming is not in alignment. So you have to reprogram yourself, get rid of the old self, and essentially install this new identity as a professional trader. And then that's over time, you start getting results, and then you start seeing results like I just showed you. This is all new stuff for me for this year. Like, until this year, I have never been consistent. And so this is proof that it works. All you have to do is reprogram the internal, right? The strategy is not the problem. The strategy is the easiest part. I'm telling you right now, strategy is minor. Okay. The big takeaway for you in this video is that you got to work on your mindset, on your psychology, on your subconscious programming. And so if that's what you want to do, then check out the first link in the description. One of the things that I did first in my mental reprogramming was I had a huge ego, and I had this big problem about revenge trading. So every time I took a loss, it was so painful. And I got so angry and so frustrated, and I'm sure you do too, that I always felt like I had to fix. And I didn't understand why. Like, I would take a loss and I couldn't walk away. I couldn't turn off the computer. I had to fix it. And this is a problem that I think a lot of you guys struggle with, and you don't know why. And the real reason is because you are programmed for survival. You are programmed for your ego to feel correct. It's like a self-protection mechanism. It's an auto hardwire in yourself. You have to have the ego to protect yourself, right? But in trading, it doesn't work. It works against you, because if you take a loss and then you feel like your ego is bubbling up and you feel like now you have to fix it, right? You're trading from emotion first and foremost. You're trading from a place of anger. You're frustrated. So now automatically you're not making the best decisions. You are now acting illogically. You're thinking with the lizard brain, because you don't want to know why you took the loss. You don't want to know what went wrong. You just want to fix it, and you want to win because you feel like winning gives you the dopamine, and there's all the addictions that go with the dopamine of winning. Okay, so you rush back in and maybe you double down on your trade. You over leverage. You start chasing price because you want to be right. And then this is where you start to tilt, because then you take another loss and now you're even more angry. You see, even if you did a revenge trade and you took a win, it's going to work against you, because it's going to rewire yourself for a bad habit. Now your brain is going to think that, oh, I took a loss, so I'm allowed to take another trade to try and fix that, because I did it once and it worked out. But you see, it doesn't work like that, because now you're just training yourself to take bad trades, because now your revenge trade isn't a trade that you planned. It's not a pre-planned trade. This is a big difference. Every trade that you take has to be planned out. And all you got to do is stick to the plan and follow the plan. And if you take a loss, it's part of the plan. You don't try to fix it. This is where people go wrong. And I didn't have this realization until I started working on my mindset, on my psychology, and basically reprogramming myself on just how to get over the urge to revenge trade, the urge to be right, the ego. I had to kill it. And it's not as easy as just saying it and then being able to do it, because it's always there. It's programmed into your subconscious mind. So I had to work on that and do the internal work. And again, I teach that in the one of the modules within the course. But basically, you have to tap out these negative beliefs, these emotions that are in your body, basically in your mind, in your subconscious. They're circulating in there. It's like underneath the surface. You don't see it, but it's definitely there. And you need to pattern interrupt. You have to interrupt the pattern by tapping it out, and then just tap it out, push it out, blow it out, and then introduce new behaviors. And you keep doing this over time. And then once you do this over time, you're going to rewire your mind with the reprogramming that I teach as well. So basically, you tap out the negative emotions and then you reprogram with the positive emotions. So those are two separate modules within the course. But basically, when you combine them together, it's powerful. It's super powerful. And that's how you do it. One of the other things that I had to do with my trading was I had to learn how to detach. Detachment is the key to success in anything you do in life, whether that's being detached from money, relationships, or trading. think of it like this, like the guy that is attached to his girlfriend and he's always chasing because you have this fear of loss. So you're always chasing. It's the same as chasing price. And the harder you chase, the harder they run away. Do you understand? You're chasing. You gotta attract. And in order to attract, you have to detach. And that means staying still, staying calm and confident. And in trading, that's basically learning how to wait for price to come to you, to your zone, to your level, for your entry, and then getting in on the trade that you planned for. And then understanding that whatever happens. There is no guarantee or no certain result. It's all probability. So you could win or you could lose. And either of those end results don't define you as a trader. So if you took a loss, it doesn't mean that you're a bad trader, that you need to go and change your strategy and try to find a new strategy because this one doesn't work. No, it doesn't work like that. You just took a loss and that was part of it. Or it also doesn't mean that if you took a win, now you're a genius. You see what I mean? So you have to detach from this end result of whatever it is and get your identity disconnected from the end result, from the future result, and you have to learn to be present. This is very important. You have to focus on what is in front of you, what is in front of you now. Do you understand? And so in the course, we go through this and we teach you how to detach from trading and just go about your day as if nothing ever happened. So you'll be able to get into trades and walk away and get on with your life. You won't be obsessing over the charts. You won't be looking and opening your trading view or your mobile phone trading app and looking at it every hour, or you won't be losing sleep over it at night. You'll be able to take swing trades. You'll be able to let trades run for days and get into better positions, more high probability trades. Instead of trading lower time frames, you'll be able to trade higher time frames where you actually have the trend in your favor. The momentum or the institutional order flow is actually in your favor. And that's when you can, get results like mine and improve your trading, because now you're trading less, you're trading higher time frames, you're able to detach and let go of results and just let the trades roll out in their own time, play out in their own time. And naturally, the byproduct is that you're going to have better results. You're going to have better trades. Okay. You're going to make less trades, but have higher win rate. Okay. And this is what is going to make you survive in the long run. Okay. So those were the key things that I really did for me to be able to reprogram myself when it came to trading psychology. Trading psychology is not just, learning fear and greed and very surface level stuff that people talk about online. Your psychology is your subconscious mind, basically. And you have to know how to dominate your subconscious mind. You have to be able to trick your subconscious mind because it doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is not real. So you got to reprogram and retrain it so that it thinks that you're a consistent trader. It believes that you are a consistent, disciplined, and professional trader. This self-image is important within your subconscious mind. Once you have this, then you have this automatic response. So you just wake up and go every day. You just wake up, boom, boom, boom. And everything happens automatically. There's no forcing. There's no running or swimming upstream. Everything is in flow, in alignment, internally, in your mindset, and then within your technical trading setups. Everything is just in flow and order. And when you're doing that, things get easy. You're not fighting. Nothing is a fight. Everything is just sort of easy. And so that's the place where you need to be coming from. If you want to be trading successfully, you have to come from a place of alignment, basically. And so That's what I had to do. That's how I fixed myself. And I hope that that's how you want to move ahead and move forward and try to fix yourself as well. If it resonates with you, or if it's something you're interested in, then let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.